Hey, it's Tim, and I wanted to give you a bit of advice. First, you like my haircut? I got nice and short here today, so how about that? Hey. So I wanted to give you a little bit of advice on this because I just heard, I was watching a video from Robert Kiyosaki, and he said something that I really respected. He says, "Do things you hate." He says, we have this idea that we should never have to do anything that we don't like. He says, for example, I don't like to write books, but books is what makes me a lot of money. He wrote the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he said I don't particularly like to write books, but it's what makes me money, and so that's what I do. He said I don't like to pay taxes. I hate paying taxes. He says, but if you don't pay taxes, you go to jail, and so it's not something that I like to do. I don't like exercise, but I don't want to be 400 pounds. And I know that it keeps me healthy and it keeps me out of the doctor's office. So I exercise. And I was listening to him. I'm like, how many things do I do in a day that I don't like to do, but I do it anyway, right? Because it's what you got to do. And so, like, I've didn't like doing newsletters for a long time because I'd rather do video, and so it was easy for me to turn on the camera and and just go live. But I found that people wanted to read these newsletters, and so I would start writing newsletters, and I had like a 8% open rate. I know it's pretty horrible because I'd write a newsletter, and then maybe 3 months later I'd write another one, and then maybe if, uh, then one week I was selling something, so I'd write 20 emails, and everybody would unsubscribe, and so. But then I kept doing it. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna instead of deciding that I don't like newsletters and being all over the board and being inconsistent, I am going to make a commitment to show up and just do it. And I didn't like it. I didn't want to do it, but I just decided I was going to show up and I was going to do it. And I've been doing that for months now. And my open rate is just under 30%. So sometimes it's 28%, sometimes it's 31%, but it's around 30% for email. That's pretty awesome. From 8% to 30% open rate, that's pretty good. And I think it's because I keep, being real with my newsletters, and because I keep showing up. And that is what people do that are successful, is they do it and they show up even when they don't want to. There are so many people that say, well, I'm not doing this because I don't like it, or because it's hard, or because I don't feel like it, or I don't have the energy for it. And they never get anywhere. You know, you have to, commitment is about doing it even when you don't feel like it. I have a story I tell all the time. I remember I was working with this woman, and she actually had the flu. And then afterwards, I saw her, and she said, I want you to know that I was sicker than a dog, but every day I did one push up. She said, one day I was so sick, the first day that I really got sick, and I rolled out of bed. I did one push up. I thought I was going to die, and I crawled back into bed. And that's the only thing I did that whole day. She said, but I was committed. And I'm like, wow, you are committed. That's amazing. Because I wasn't doing push ups when I got sick. Right. I thought that is so impressive. And, but it just goes to show that, how bad do you want it? Right. If you want something, whatever it is, how bad do you want it? Like, there have been many nights where I would have rather just watched TV or watched a movie on Netflix, but instead I'm working on a program. I'm writing that next chapter of a book. I'm pushing myself to do something else. And I might not feel like doing it, but I do it. And that's why, my business keeps growing. That's why I keep growing. That's why my clients keep getting better results, because I keep pushing it, and allowing my commitment and my mission, my passion for helping people to end needless emotional suffering. I let that be the guiding light, not whether I feel like it or not. And that's how I get it done. So I hope that that helps. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm going to start doing more of these live videos. I'm going to keep them short and give you lots of really good nuggets. And so that's my new commitment. So now that I've said it, I'm going to do it. And so make sure you subscribe so that you know every time I'm about to jump on here and go live. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.